Hello, good evening and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. Sunday evening, we're here with the Formula X Round 8 at Monza. Ciao for the Italians that are joining in. I looked on Google to say hello in Italian, and there we see Daz having a little spin. I don't know if I've ever seen Monza without the first chicane. So this is going to be wild, man. Let's get on with this championship. Let me have a look around now at the season info. This is the Virtual Racers Club Formula 1 equivalent using the Red Bull standards. We have every team out there, well, most of the teams. Mercedes, with the team principal being Enduro Nuts. The drivers, Darren Salmon and Cotula. But he's not Darren Salmon anymore, he is Daz. Next up we have Red Bull. We've got news from Red Bull, breaking news from the Red Bull, another driver change. Oh, hang on, that was not meant to be a Lexus Maximus. There you go, there's a Red Bull car. I don't know if both of them are out there. Yes, new driver Geordie coming in to replace, well, it was Dutch, it was Jokas beginning with, the team principal. And then it was Dutch, and now Dutch has moved over for Geordie, who is doing very well in the Lobby 2 of the GTMC. So Jokas has hired him to drive, to get some well-needed points for the Red Bull team. So the Red Bull team principal, Jokas, and the drivers are Alexis Maximus and now Geordie in the 17 car. McLaren. There we go. McLaren, team principal, and Talleyrand, and the drivers are Kale and Skyjacker. We also have Aston Martin. Here we go, I'll find a Martin driver. There you see. Jam in the number 7 car. So Aston Martin, the team principal is Pat, and the drivers are Jam and Matt Psycho. And Matt Psycho is having a cracking season along with IR Graham. Talking about IR Graham, and we go on to the Alpine team. I can't find him, but we go with Noxie in the Alpine car. The Alpine team principal is Amika Wivery, with the drivers of Noxie in the 24 car and IR Graham in the 54 car. And then we have Ferrari, Stevie Styler. There you go. Ferrari, their team principal is Gazman, and their drivers are Intulu and Stevie Styler, and they are the kings of consistency in this championship. They are always just there. Then finally we have a Williams. Easy, I think they're in the pits. It's Jim. There. Can't see Shadow Rider at the moment. We seem to be too short. We usually have 14 and we've just lost another one. Well, IR Graham's out there because I can see he's gone fastest so far. But for the Williams, team principal is Flashman, and the drivers are Jim Wise and Shadow Rider. I think Jim Wise has changed his name now. He is Jim. There we are. We are at Monza, no chicanes for 42 laps, and I will get to the tables now. The grid is based on the grid is the reverse of the average score, points scored per race using drop scores. Right, I'll read you the table out. The two tables we have. I'll save the drop scores until the very last round, just to keep you guessing, but they're all in Discord. If you come and join our Discord group, you will be able to see them all yourselves. So before the drop scores, we have a Matt Psycho on 153 points, IR Graham in second, on 151 points, Stevie Styler in third on 116 points, Shadow Rider fourth on 83 points, Jam in fifth on 82 points, Intulu in sixth on 77 points, Skyjacker 7th on 66 points, Cotula 8th on 60 points, Alexis Maximus 9th on 56 points, 10th is Noxie on 53 points, 11th for Kale also on 53 points, so Noxie and Kale have got scores to settle. Jim is 12th on 34 points. Daz is 13th on 32 points. Racer Brown stand in. Our very own Hulkenberg. He stands in when there's someone can't make it, because the teams aren't allowed to drop points. The team championship, manufacturers championship, they have to find a reserve driver or they will lose points. So Racer Brown is the reserve driver for everybody else, and he's had a couple of races now and he's done very well. I'm surprised he hasn't got the bug, and he'll be, I imagine, signing up for the next Formula X as a full-time driver. Dutch is in 15th on 11 points, 16th for Jokers on 4 points, and Mika Wivery on, is that 1 point? No way up, there's Bush. Mika Wivery standing in for her driver Noxie at, what was it, the Blue Moon Speedway. So that is the table for the drivers. Let's have a look at the Manufacturers Championship, which is very important. Shall we go on board with someone so you can get an idea of the track? That one, and then press that. That's the way. So IR Graham, he's only on an outlet. Ooh, you can see there's already a brake marker on the track. IR Graham flying past. So, yes, every 2 rounds, the teams win tokens to use towards development. So, after 7 rounds, we have Aston Martin at the top with 235 points, Alpine in second on 205 points, Ferrari third on 193 points, McLaren fourth on 119 points, Mercedes fifth on 118 points. Wow, McLaren and Mercedes really in a hot battle there, 1 point between the two of them. Williams in 6th on 117 points, so it's 119, 118, 117 for McLaren, Mercedes and Williams. That's exciting. And Red Bull in 7th on 71 points. They need to get some big points here for the next token spend. I have no idea on the development of these cars. It's been kept close to their chests. And the grid will line up like this. Daz being on pole in the Mercedes, Jim in second for his Williams, Cale third for the McLaren, Alexis Maximus fourth for Red Bull, Noxie fifth for Alpine, Skyjacker sixth for McLaren, seventh for Catula in the Mercedes, eighth for Intulu for Ferrari, ninth for Jam in the Aston Martin, 10th for Shadow Rider in the Williams, 11th for Stevie Styler in the Ferrari, 12th for Matt Psycho in the Aston Martin, 13th for IR Graham in the Alpine, and Geordie 14th in the Red Bull, as he has no points. We're 2 minutes away from the start of this amazing race, and we'll go around the Parabolica. Ooh, just not so much grip there for IR Graham. I just want to see what it's like with no chicane as we go down the start. In the chat we have Marcio saying, "Ciao, great track, great race, let's go in Tulu." Pat says hello, Flashman says evening all, Mika Wivery says evening all, Endurance Nut says howdy all, and Mika Wivery says no better place to keep a secret. Yes, so all the team principals are watching very closely. Look, you can see this race is going to be quite hectic with all these movable parts of the track ending up on the track. Now IR Graham really pushing the boundaries in that Alpine. He's trying out the hard tyres. They have a draw before the race to see what tyre compound, 2 tyre compounds that they will be using, and this week it was soft and hard, which is the story of my life, really. I have got a nice green cactus fruit Red Bull in front of me. I'm not paid by them, and I tell you why, because it sucks, it's disgusting, but I bought 4 cans and I've got to drink it. But here we go. You'll know every time I have a sip, because I'll make some horrible noise. Let's get back out of the car and let's have a look around. There's Red Bull. He's ran out of fuel. How many laps he's done? 8 laps? Well, how many laps did I say the race is going to be? 48? So that's interesting. That's going to be a few laps. They are out and out virtually all the way. Flat out around this course. I think it's going to be a very short race again. The fast ones do seem to be, where are we? Monza, no chicanes, 42 laps, sorry. So, that's going to be interesting in the race if they burn their fuel out rather quickly. But Alexis Maximus, the fastest out there in his Red Bull, with a 1:17.7. I.R. Graham, next fastest. I think. Oh, Jam is asking if we're ready. Let me get in on this business here. Oh, this is exciting stuff here at Monza, the cathedral of the racing, of all racing. I should have took my jumper off because I'm a little bit warm, to tell you the truth. A little bit hot under the collar. Alan Sykes in the chat says, hi guys, and Mick Wivery says, you can get tablets for that. Hopefully. Yum yum. Oof. So Kale, he's trying out the soft tyres at the moment. Alexis Maximus, he's also on the soft tyres. No fuel in that car. Everyone's still saying the Y's, and we'll see that little counter come up any minute now for the race start. I told you how the grid's going to be. Daz is going to be on pole. We're looking to see with great interest how Red Bull's new boy is going to do. My TV is so loud I'm feeling like I'm shouting over it. I think my younger son is deaf because he turned it right up when we were watching Big Bang Theory. So there we go, that's a bit better. Oh God, I'm really hot. I'm gonna have to take my jumper off, but I've got a mic on, so it's really difficult. I'm all wired in, you see. There's not much manoeuvrability. Give me a second. Ta-da! Strip on air. I stripped. Whew. Got my Mandalorian t-shirt on. Really chuffed. Got it for Christmas. It's great. So here we go. We're watching them on the grid at Monza. The lights are starting to come on. They're green now. Let's go. Daz having a great start. Oh no. Oh no. It looked like Shadow Rider. Was that Shadow Rider? Was going off to the sides. Why am I not getting much action going on here? Oh, hang on. I messed it all up. It's the wrong buttons. There you go. Alexis Maximus in second. Noxie in a third. Alpine driver doing an absolute great job, but look at them all queued up behind. This is treacherous stuff. How are they finding the space? Let's have a look on board. Look at that. Sitting on board with Shadow Rider. I think it was Shadow. Oh no, we've got a Red Bull off. Oh my lord, it's got to be a red flag. Surely a red flag has got to be called. Oh, it's a bug, they're saying. There's a bug. There is a bug. So it looks like, I think, we'll be lining up again for another restart. Yeah, a couple of people saying bug. So can we have a quick look? So Kale started on the softs, Stevie started on the softs, Intulu started on the softs. There we got Daz on the softs. Ooh, they're all going now. There they go. Bye bye everyone. Think about me. And who's the last to go? Oh, Skyjacker's stuck on the grid. Oh my word. That might be why we saw such a malaise. I think they might have to shut the lobby down if Skyjacker can't get out. No, he got out. There you go. Sorry, the touch, says it in Tulu, but I think that was just a little bit crazy there from the start. So a false start, I don't know if it classes as a red flag, so it should still be another standing start, but we will see. We will see. Mika Wivery says, are you wired for sound? Oh, good old Cliff, eh? Wired for sound. Love a bit of Cliff. Nothing so pure in the world as Mr. Richard. We need him right now, don't we? Like in the tennis when there was all delays. He got up and started singing. Got me walking, talking. And there you go. Host has ended the game as we suspected. Now I'm embarrassed. I wish I chose a better car for when we go back into it. I'll tell you what. Oh no, I can't change cars, so we'll go into this and see how quickly Jam can set up. Look at all my friends, you can see. The humble guys there look like they're having an American Classic Test Race 2. The LPB group are having a Le Mans 2.5 hours. I wonder if they're having that tonight. No, it's a practice in it with 3 in there. And Spa 24-hour LMP1 for the Amigo Special Tier. So loads of action in group racing tonight. Junior Donato says Boa Partides. I don't know what that means, but Mikwiri says, wasn't that the video where he was on roller skates with a Walkman? Dude, honestly, I know you're not a dude, but everyone's a dude to me. Mika, honestly, I knew it was Cliff Richards, and I was pleased that I knew that. Here we go, connecting to the server. So it looks like the GT servers, as always, good fun for them, playing the silly games that they play. I daren't go into any of them rooms because I'm not really that friendly. Bidster will start talking to me straight away in the LPB because I haven't raced with them for so long. And he'll probably say, oh, you coming back to race? And I'm like, no. Just because you want a whipping boy and beat every week, I'll be no one's whipping boy. And THG Dankert, I kind of only know him from some rally thing I did a long time ago. Why am I telling you about that? And yeah, Amigos, obviously I do something with them on a Saturday evening. Come on, guys, what's going on? Why is there no room? I keep pressing the square. There isn't anything. I'll have a look in the Discord chat. I started so well as well, didn't I? I got the round right. I got all the teams and the principles. I got the laps for the race. I ticked every single box. Now Mika Wivery's sending me something with a YouTube thing. Oh God, do I look terrible? Is it me? Thank you, Mika. I'll watch that later. I'm looking forward to it. Jam is restarting his PS4. That is what is happening here. So he's just blowing out the dust, tightening up the elastic bands. Skyjacker in the Discord says a game crash. Jam said Formula X restarting the lobby. Also, calm down into the chicane, bros. And Jim says just started spinning, no control of my wheel or anything this time. Interesting stuff then. The GT servers having a ball as usual. And oh God, we've lost a room. And Pat says no, Flashman says, come on thingy, sing us a song. I just don't know. I can't remember me GTSport's Got Bugs song. I'll have to watch. I can't remember what I sung that in. Oh, it was in GTMC. About the GTSport's bug. Is it a mosquito or is it a fly? Is it... oh no, spiders are arachnids, not insects. Is it a beetle or a firefly? No, it's GT Sport and it's filled with bugs. We love our sport, but we hate the bugs. And there we are, we're back now. That saved me a bit of hassle. Now you're going to see lobby open, living doll. I nearly did living doll. Got me a walking, talking, sleeping something, living doll. I only know the young ones version, and I was very young. I could do Star Trekking across the universe, boldly going forward, cause we can fight diverse. Star Trekking across the universe. It's worse than that, he's dead, Jim, dead, Jim, dead, Jim. He's worse than that, he's dead, Jim, he's dead, Jim, dead. There's Klingons on the border side, border side, border side. There's Klingons on the something side. Shoot them all, Captain. So we're back in the room. Shouldn't take too long from here. Let me get back into there and let me see if I have to redo all the settings. It doesn't look like I have to. That's not bad. That is not bad. So we'll look on the track. We'll get rid of the big numbers. We'll give some people some F12s. There we go. Shadow Rider in car 66. He's whipping around. Oh, it's a nice helmet. I'm going to have another look at that. It's got that nice blue and white flash thing going on. Nice. I like it. I like it. Fascinated with helmets because I never usually go into the helmet livery. I think I've done one helmet and I've still got the same one. It's like I stole some Honda eyes for the Honda Mugans that run in the Super Formula, and I've just kept it as my own. Ooh, and Tula looks a little bit wild there, out there. Maybe he's just trying to warm his tyres up on the softs. Shadow Rider on the hards. Matt Psycho in that Alpine. He's starting his first stint on those hard tyres. I think it's a minimum of 5 laps. Let me quickly check the rule book in Discord. All the rules are there for everyone to read. And I think some of the admins would wish some of the contenders would read them. No, that's a joke. They all read them. I know they all read them. It's me having a bit of fun. Do not take it seriously. So, let's have a look. What does it say about tyres? There's so many things. So many things. Here, a race. Both mandatory tyre compounds should be used. Failure to do so will result in a disqualification. If you use another set of tyres other than the mandatory ones, then a 30-second penalty will be added to your final race time. It doesn't really say what duration you have to use the tyres. I thought it was something like, oh man, we run so many leagues, it's really difficult to keep track of everything, I promise you. So IR Graham on track, Jam says, come on man, we've got time to kill. Hopefully everyone is feeling more betterer. Now there's in Tulu, Matt Psycho in the Aston Martin, which I got to say, Pat, your version of the Aston Martin, I prefer to the real thing. I don't like that pea green car with just a load of writing on it. I just thought they'd be a little bit more panaz than that. Please use the same tyres as a first start, says Jam. Interesting. There is Cthulhu and Shadow Rider in fourth, and Daz popping around. There is Jim, the other Williams driver, Alexis and Maximus. He'll be happy for the start because we saw him going off at it's the first chicane in this now. What would normally be the second chicane. Starboard side, that's it, sorry. I have to, it's been a long time since I've sung any kind of novelty songs. Louis Silver saying good race for everyone, force in Tulu, and Miko Ivory says starboard side. That's it, there's Klingons on the starboard side, starboard side. There we go. Kale having a beautiful spin. Something's ringing. Where's the children? I think one of their iPads is ringing. It's probably my dad getting back in touch with them. So in Tulu. Oh right, he's got an alarm on it. Oh no, that's his Discord. It was going off earlier. Someone on Discord's calling him, which is amazing. So here we go in the chat. Chris Wallington said start already. Impatient Chris, chill man, it'll be there. And Patrick Spence says technically the F1 car is British Racing Green with BWT pink accents. The green on my car is also British Racing Green and the AMR Endurance colours. Yeah, and I prefer them. If truth be known, there is a Matt Psycho. Him and IR Graham. Oh, they've asked why. I said why already. I'm not going to turn I'm not going to turn the stream off, am I? So if he's waiting for me, that's a train that's not coming, Jam. So Cthulhu, fastest in his Mercedes at the moment. I cannot remember. And I think maybe the team principals have been writing it all down with the development of these cars, but I haven't. So I haven't been keeping track of how their development has been so far this season. Miko Ivory says you can't change the laws of physics, Captain. And there we go. We're back on the grid. Daz on front. Shadow Rider. Oh, Jim in second. It was Jim that we saw flying off to the side. Sorry, I apologise. Shadow Rider's down there in 10th. Get rid of the big numbers. Low 18. Here we go. Deja vu. Feels like we've only just been here. We're waiting for those lights as we're watching Daz on the front row. There they go. They're green already. And they're off. And it's looking a little bit better this time. I think there's no one left behind. That's it. Yes. Everyone is go, and now Daz still leading. It's very tight there with Jim trying to have a look. He's so many cars. Look how many wide they are. God almighty. So Jim's now leading. Daz. Oh, we've had a big bump. We had a big bump there. I don't know who we lost. Who did we lose? My words. And now into the first game. Look at it. Oh my lord, guys. Come on. Alexis Maximus has come through. It's unscathed with Ventula in second. Kale is in third. Noxie in fourth. We've got a closer shot there. Noxie having a great race there in fourth. Skyjacker in McLaren in fifth. There is Cthulhu in sixth. Stevie Styler seventh. Shadow Rider up into eighth. Matt Psycho is ninth with Jam down in 10th. The two Aston Martins there together on track. There is Geordie, the new boy for Red Bull. ready to make his mark in this race. There is I.R. Graham, Jim and Daz. That looks like they had a coming together. And I don't know if Jim's waiting for Daz or Daz had to wait for Jim, but them two, not a great start to their race. Tulu now taking the lead from Alexis Maximus. I don't know what happened. Let's have a quick look. Oh no, he was already there. Sorry, I thought someone else was leading this race. Kale there. Oh, Kale's had an off. Oh my God, Kale's had an off. This is not what McLaren need. They're in that strong fight with Mercedes. Oh, and he's struggling to get the car going again. Tulu leading by 8/10 from Alexis Maximus. Portuguese versus Spanish, and the Englishman Noxie is in 3rd place for the Alpine team. Great stuff. Catula there, 4th. He looks like he's got stress from Shadow Rider and Stevie Styler all together on track. This is crazy racing. 3 of them all bunched up, going into the chicane. Don't forget to brake, boys. And there they go, side by side for Shadow Rider and Catula. Catula coming out in 4th. That was some amazing driving from Shadow Rider and Catula there, how they fit through, but Shadow Rider losing out to Stevie Styler. And here we see Geordie. Geordie is up into 5th. How did he manage that? I missed that. He just seemed to come from nowhere. Great stuff. So Intula still leading from 1.1 seconds. He's on the racing softs. Alexis Maximus, the Red Bull, is on the racing softs also. There is Noxie in 3rd for Alpine team on the racing hards. Great stuff for Noxie there. Catula is on the softs, catching up Noxie now. Such a big difference between that racing soft and racing hard tyre that you would think Catula would be catching him up pretty darn quick, especially here in the Parabolica. There he is, tracking him. And Catula on a push for Mercedes, trying to get some points before the next token spend after this round for development. 1.5 seconds behind Catula. Oh, Catula, we've got to get on board for this, haven't we? Look at this. This is crazy. Sitting on board with the Mercedes of Catula, hunting down Noxie. He's looking for a way past. There it is. He's going for the inside line, late on the brakes. No, he brakes a little bit earlier than Noxie, but Noxie, he's outbraked himself. He's off the track. He's off the track, and now, oh, Catula just a little... It helped him along, really, if anything. Give Noxie a favour there, and Geordie catching them up. Geordie in the Red Bull, he is catching them up. Stevie Styler in 6th with I.R. Graham already up into 7th, and Matt Psycho up into 8th. Great stuff. Skyjacker in McLaren is in 9th. Oh, no. He nearly lost it, but he's got it. He caught it. He's got it back on. And there we see Daz just nipping past him. So Jim back in this race again. We saw Jim and Daz right tailing at the back on lap 1. Skyjacker now down to 10th. 11th there for Daz. Kale in his big spin. Oh, I don't know what happened to Jam or Shadow Rider, but these guys have dropped back. Jam on the racing softs. He's on an outlap, so he must have gone in. Yes, gone in. And there is Shadow Rider on those hard tyres. To me, yes, I don't think they have a number of laps. I think I remember once where I.R. Graham came in on the last lap to put on a different set of tyres. So Jam getting that hard tyre out of the way early, and it looks like Skyjacker also doing the same thing. Tulu flying around in the lead, nearly 2 seconds ahead of Alexis Maximus. Last time around, Tulu got the fastest lap with a 1:19.098, with Alexis Maximus a 19.487. Geordie up to 3rd. We thought it would happen. He had, well, we didn't. We thought Noxie on the hard tyres, they caught him up, but somewhere along the way, Geordie has managed to get ahead of Catulu. And again, like I said, I don't know what development these cars have got on them, but so far, those Red Bulls, 2nd and 3rd, are looking mighty strong, with the Mercedes there in 4th. Stevie Styler up into 5th. Poor Noxie on those hard tyres. Get into the pits, Noxie. Everyone's pitting early on those hard tyres. Oh no, Matt Psycho's still on the hards, and so is I.R. Graham. Maybe they're going for a really long stint, less pit stops. There is Jim in 9th for Williams. Daz in 10th, with Kale there close behind in 11th for the McLaren. The Mercedes and the McLaren are in a very close battle for the Constructors' Championship. Jam then, we assumed, came in and put some new tyres on lap 2, as did Skyjacker on lap 3, and Shadow Rider also on lap 3. No, he's put hard tyres on. No, I'm unsure. Maybe he just had a really bad lap on lap 3. Shadow Rider getting a win midweek in the GTMC. Great stuff there from him. There is Intulu, 2.5 seconds now ahead of Alexis and Maximus. Ferrari on their home dirt, looking absolutely spanking. Right in the chat then. Mika Wivery says, Endurance Nut says, it's worse than that. He's dead, Jim. Mika Wivery says, we come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. We come in peace, shoot to kill. Yeah, that's it. We're going to just be doing all sorts. Great start in Tulu, says Luis Silva. And he has got my favourite YouTube name ever, Luis Silva. Sounds like a secret agent. So Intulu leading the way, nearly 3 seconds now from Alexis Maximus, but Alexis Maximus managing to get that fastest lap on lap 4. Great stuff there from Alexis and Maximus. Geordie there in 3rd place. Great new debutant for the Red Bull driver. And this is fantastic stuff here. 4th for Catula, 5th for Stevie Styler. Another great race for the Ferraris. Both of them in the top 5. Noxie there still on those hard tyres, as is his teammate IR Graham. Is Noxie going to move over and let Stevie Styler pass? Yes, you would assume so. Team orders come round 8. It's clever stuff. There's Noxie in 7th. Matt Psycho, he needs to get ground. He doesn't want to let IR Graham move too far away, and he's trying his best, but he's got Jim looking right down the barrel of his gun. And there you can see Matt Psycho trying to get past Noxie. Noxie's going to make that very difficult for him because, you know, he's helping his teammate out. And this is a team championship. Awesome stuff though. There you can see Matt Psycho again trying to get up the side of that Alpine. And those guys, Alpine and Aston Martin, in a massive fight. And Matt Psycho there, he did it on whoa in Tulu. I mean, Jim catching up with the back of that Alpine car. The hard tyres really hurting Noxie at the moment. Noxie in 8th there. He's nearly half a tank of fuel. There's Intulu there, leading the way by nearly 3 seconds. Is this the win? I was saying Ferrari are due a win soon. And this is great. This really shakes up the table. Matt Psycho's come in to get rid of those hard tyres. IR Graham opting not to. He's carrying on. A 19.7 the last time around for IR Graham on those hard tyres. Stevie Styler a 19.1. So really, IR Graham, he's amazing on those hard tyres. So Intulu maintaining so far. He's got a great consistency with his lap times. Unbelievable. Look, 19.0, 19.0, 19.1, 19.0. So fantastic work from Intulu, the Portuguese driver, showing the rest of the group how to do it. Alexis Maximus also, he's not got the fastest lap anymore. Shadow Rider, a 17.6. Shadow Rider some way down the group. Where is he? Oh, he's in 14th there. Oh, he's caught up Noxie. Did Noxie pit? Did Noxie pit? Oh God, what am I pressing? Sorry guys. Noxie, yes, Noxie did go in to get rid of those hard tyres. And now he's got Shadow Rider just close behind, and Shadow Rider is on an absolute push. Oh, he nearly lost his Williams there. Whew, 5 seconds for Intulu. It's unbelievable. Intulu is absolutely flying, people. Ferrari on their home ground. And the 2 Red Bulls in 2nd and 3rd. This is fantastic. We're on lap 8 of 42 already. Catula under threat from Stevie Styler. They see the sparks coming off the Ferraris. Stevie Styler just fights his way up into 4th. Oh, and he's lost the back end. I think he's lost the back end. I'm pretty sure he did. I don't think Catula knocked him or anything. Is this the replay? No, I clicked on replay, but obviously we're not going to get a replay. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the replay. You should say, oh yeah, there. And no contact. There you go. One for the stewards. You don't have to look at that. Oh, poor Stevie Styler still. Oh no, I'm still in the replay. Sorry, guys. So Stevie Styler, he's lost a position to IR Graham whilst we were in the replay as he was getting back on track. So Ferrari down into 6th spot now with Daz there for Mercedes in 7th, Jam in 8th for Aston Martin, 9th for Skyjacker in the McLaren, in 10th we have Jim in the Williams, 11th Matt Psycho in the Aston Martin. There is 12th for Kale. 13th for Noxie in the Alpine, still fighting with a Shadow Rider. What a race, guys. What an absolute delight. And the Tifosi are going absolutely crazy. Brilliant stuff there. I'm just going to check the rabbits because I heard a bang. Sorry. And then they run outside in the dark where the foxes are. Good stuff. Clever rabbits. Hey, here we go. Sat back down again. And Intulu still leading the race. Oh, he's 4.5 seconds from Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus really starting to push. Now it was up to 5 seconds. He's pulled a bit of time back. Intulu's last lap of 20.1. Alexis Maximus a 19.0. Geordie doing a 20.3. He's had to get used to this car pretty quick. And what a great job he's doing so far. Fantastic. He's a star for the future in the VRC. Like I said, he's doing very well in the GTMC at the moment. Kurtula in 4th place, doing a great stuff for Mercedes. IR Graham up into 5th, which helps his championship challenge a lot. It's between him and Matt Psycho, we think, this season. Stevie Styler there in 6th place. After he just had a spin, but he's getting it back together now, and he's some 2.5 seconds ahead of the Mercedes of Daz. Jam trying to catch up with Daz right as we speak. We're sat on board. Wow, he's got his Aston Martin helmet on. Excellent. I do love a matching helmet, I must say. Mick Wivery in the chat said just wait until IR Graham gets onto the softs. Is he still on the hards? I suppose he is. My word, what is he up to? Where is he? IR Graham in 5th, still on those hard tyres at an 18.9 on the hard tyres. I mean, there's not many corners here, I suppose, for him to worry about. So, Ferrari there leading. It's on lap 10 of 42 now. How quick it has gone. We're only 13 minutes into this race. They're around a quarter of a tank of fuel, these guys. Geordie there in 3rd. I can't believe the great job Geordie's doing. He's 4.3 seconds ahead of Katula. Katula is only 1.5 seconds ahead of IR Graham, who is absolutely on fire on those hard tyres. I think the FIA are going to have to test the compound of those. Whoa, he's going a little wide in the parabolica. Oh yeah, I'm just having a little sip of my hot beverage. Intulu then 6 seconds ahead, and he's getting purples. So far, Shadow Rider still the fastest man on track. There is Alexis Maximus coming through the chicane. That chicane will catch a few people out in this race, especially when those tyres are starting to get a little bit old. Katula still holding that 4th from IR Graham. Stevie Styler some 8 seconds down the road from these guys. And Jam seems to have dropped off Stevie Styler a little bit. We thought he was getting closer. And in 8th, we've got Skyjacker on the move for McLaren. He wants to be finishing ahead of those Mercedes drivers. There is Matt Psycho, early stop for him. Oh, he's gone totally wide. Well, he was just looked like he didn't stop for the chicane. He's been reset to the track, and he's lost a position to Jim 66. We know Matt Psycho has had to alter his rig for this race, and it may cause some problems. It's just done a 17.9, which is a great lap time from the Aston Martin driver. In 11th, Kale, after we saw he was up there earlier on, he had a bit of a spin, and his left rear wheel looking quite worn at the moment. Shadow Rider up into 12th. He's got himself ahead of Daz and Noxie. It looked like Noxie was enjoying the hard tyres more than he's been enjoying these softs so far. And there is Intulu. Fantastic job from Intulu there in the leads for Scuderia here at Monza. So let's have a rundown of Intulu there in 1st place. His fastest lap in 18.8. The last time around he did a 19.2, and he is some 5.5 seconds ahead of this man, Alexis Maximus. He's just done his fast. Oh, he's got a cool helmet. Alexis Maximus, fantastic helmets. I tip my hat. There's 18.6 for the last time around for Alexis Maximus, and his fuel is flashing. It's flashing. So's in Tulu. We're going to see the pits now. Lap 12. That's how far this fuel goes. Graham, he's conserved a little bit. He's going to end up in the lead. In Tulu, decided not to pit this lap, but Alexis Maximus does come in, and Geordie stays out also. Great stuff there, some strats going on out there, and Alexis Maximus just rocking up, and Catula also coming in for some fuel and new tyre. Well, he doesn't need the fuel, he doesn't really need the tyres actually, Catula. It's just a strategical stop for the Spaniard, Fernando. So in Tulu, still carrying around with that low fuel. Graham, he seems to have not used as much fuel up. He's getting purples now on those hard tyres. I imagine he's going to stay on the hard tyres. Why would he go on the softs? They're doing great for him. Jam now up into 4th after the pit stops. Great stuff for the Aston Martin driver, but he has got a flashing fuel gauge also. 5th place for Skyjacker, also in need of a pit stop pretty soon. Alexis Maximus in 6th. After his pit stop, not bad stuff. There is Matt Psycho. We saw Matt Psycho having trouble in the chicane, but he's got it back together now, and he's on his way. Only 3.6 seconds behind Alexis Maximus, and remember, Alexis Maximus was in net 2nd place. So Matt Psycho already making the stop. He's got half a tank of fuel left. So when these guys, Intula is in, the leader is in, Geordie. He's some 10 seconds behind in Tulu. And there we see still going, and Graham, his fuel is flashing, but opting not to pit just yet. He's carrying on into the lead for Alpine. Great stuff. Geordie also into the pits in Tulu there. He's still fueling up. It's taking a while. And Jam also coming into the pits there. So, and Skyjacker. And there is Alexis Maximus. We know he pitted a lap earlier than these guys. And there he goes, going back out, up into 3rd place in Tulu, out of the pits, ahead of him by 3.6 seconds. So Alexis Maximus, after the pit stops, is a little bit closer to in Tulu. He was about 5 seconds behind him, and now he's only 2.5 seconds. But Alexis Maximus has got Matt Psycho only a second behind, and Matt Psycho is on an absolute push. He's got the fastest lap, and oh no, it's all gone wrong. Alexis Maximus looked like he made the chicane wrong, and it's cost Matt Psycho. Unbelievable. Poor Alexis Maximus, there he goes. He's flying around just... He's got his tyres pretty warmed up. He just goes into the chicane a little bit hot. He loses the car over the curbs, and oh yes, poor Matt Psycho. I don't think really Alexis Maximus was just trying. I don't know if that was a careless rejoin. I don't think it was. It didn't look that way. It just looked a bit clumsy from the Red Bull standard in the chicane. Graham coming into the pits to get rid of those hard tyres, so Intula will take over the lead again. Alexis Maximus in 2nd place, well 3rd at the moment, but he will be back into 2nd. And there is a Matt Psycho, not losing too much time from their little coming together. Graham still fueling. Is Catula going to get back up into 4th place? It's looking good, and Geordie has lost a spot. Geordie has lost a spot through the pit stops. Oh, he's gone onto the hard tyre as Geordie, and there is Graham. He's come out in 4th behind Catula, ahead of Geordie. So there we see. I don't know how long Geordie is going to do on those hards. We've seen people just doing 1 lap, and we've seen Graham doing 15 laps. So struggle in the chicane. There he goes. Brilliant stuff. So in Tulu leading 3 seconds ahead of Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus only 2 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Catula there in 4th, 5.6 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Graham freshly out of the pits on racing softs. Now we'll see some pace. He is only a second behind Catula and 2.2 seconds ahead of Geordie, who has gone on to the hard tyres. He is 2.6 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler. But on those hard tyres, he's losing quite a bit of time from before. Stevie Styler also on the hard tyres. He did a 19.9 the last time around with those hard tyres. Jam just a little bit down the road from him. He's on the racing soft tyres. That was an outlap, his last lap. Noxie up into 9th now. with Skyjacker. Oh gosh, Skyjacker in 10th. Sorry, I pressed every button except for the one I wanted to. It's because I don't look down at the keyboard. I do it with fingertips. I use the eyes in my fingertips. So there is Daz in 11th, Jim in 12th, Shadow Rider in 13th, and Kale there in 14th. He's on the hard tyres. He did an awful lap time his last time, 1:30.2. Sorry, Kale. So Intulu leading by 1.2 seconds from Alexis, but there is Matt Psycho catching up. Alexis and Maximus in that Aston Martin. I.R. Graham some 8 seconds behind us. Ooh, Alexis Maximus just clinging on in that Red Bull, and it looks like Matt Psycho is getting a draft, getting a tow, getting a slipstream. Straight past, beautiful stuff then. Oh no, side by side into the corner. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Looks like Alexis Maximus lifted off there, and because there may have been a little contact, I'm not sure. But now Matt Psycho up into second spot, chasing down the Ferrari. And Ferrari, the Tifosi, fingers crossed, they want to be able to take a win here at their home track. And can they do it with the Portuguese driver? It's great stuff here. This will do wonders for his championship. Like I said earlier, I told you the table. I'll try and have a quick look on the fly. On the fly, guy. Not dropped. I'm going to tell you the drops on the last round. I don't. So, what was that noise? Intulu 6th on 77 points. He's behind Jam, who's on 82 points. Shadow Rider on 83 points. Stevie Styler on 116 points. And he's just above Skyjacker on 66 points. So, this will help Intulu quite a lot, but Matt Psycho is absolutely on a flying push, but Matt Psycho's fuel is low. Intula, 3/4 of a tank of fuel, so Matt Psycho will have to come in the pits. And Alexis Maximus on half a tank. I.R. Graham there, he's on 3/4 of a tank. He's got Cthulhu not too far behind. Geordie really hurt him with those hard tyres, but soon as he's done with the hards, he can come back in it. Also, Stevie Styler in 7th on those hard tyres, doing a little bit of a faster pace than the Red Bull. And Jam, he's on the soft tyres in that Aston Martin, did it 18.7 the last 2 laps. So Jam absolutely flying on half a tank of fuel. Noxie up into ninth, not far behind these guys. He's in the fight. He is in the fight for the top 10 there. Skyjacker in 10th place. He's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Daz in 11th. 12th is Jim. 13th for Shadow Rider. And Kale, he's really... Oh, Kale's getting blue flags. Kale's having a struggle out there with something in that McLaren. Something's not right for McLaren. He's going to get out of the way of the Ferrari, because the Ferrari's being chased down by Matt Psycho. There they go. Oh, Kale unsure what to do at that point. He's let them both go. Has he? Where is he? No, he's in front. He's in front of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho will be swearing like a sailor at that McLaren right now. Get out of my way, you bloody... I think bloody's swearing, actually. No, bloody's not swearing. Bloody is a state. So Intula 2/10, but there goes Matt Psycho into the pits with that red fuel tank, and Alexis Maximus moving back up into second place, with I.R. Graham finally getting into the top podium position. Sorry, I can't get my words out. It's a crazy race. We're on lap 19 already. 24 minutes into this race. Intula has led majority of the way, apart from the times he's pitted. He's getting purples in the first sector. This is great stuff. There is, I think Kale making a whole mess of the first chicane, or the second chicane, I don't know what to call it. The chicane. And there is I.R. Graham in third. He's 3.7 seconds behind Alexis and Maximus. Cthulhu only 2 seconds behind I.R. Graham. And Noxie is up into 5th place after Skyjacker's pit stop. And there is Geordie on those hard tyres. He's continuing on. He's got about half a tank of fuel. He's managing 21s out of it. I'll be there for you. Guess Friends has been put on in the background. So Intulu still leading 2 seconds. Have you ever noticed in Friends, and this is stolen from another program I watched, that Chandler and Phoebe have very rarely ever had any kind of storylines together? Oh dear, I don't know. What a weird thing to tell you. So, Ntulu 1.5 seconds ahead of the Red Bull of Alexis and Maximus. You're sitting there thinking now, wow, how many storylines Chandler and Phoebe's had together. They bought Monica's engagement ring together, and that's about it, I'm afraid. So I know too much about Friends to say I don't even like it. Oh God. So, I thought Graham was looking sideways then, but no, he's cracking on. Katula there in 4th. Katula having a fantastic race in the Mercedes. They need the points. Miquivri says they have a secret love affair. That is why. Miquivri always say, well, she said just wait until Graham gets on those softs. What is his lap times on those softs, I wonder? The same as what he was on the hards. Now he's in the 18s now. I think he managed an 18 just near the end on low fuel, but on a whole he was getting 19s, mid 19s on those hard tyres. Now he is definitely into the 18s. Alexis Maximus is 18.6 last time around, but he was on the 19s before that. He is on the racing soft. Ntulu there, also on the racing soft. I don't think we've seen Ntulu use those hard tyres yet, nor have we seen, I think, Alexis Maximus using the hard tyres. Graham's got his hard tyres out of the way, and he's cracking on. Katula, I'm not sure, I didn't see what tyres he was on. There is Noxie. I think Noxie's done the hard tyres. His fuel is starting to flash and he's into the pit. So there is Geordie on his hard tyres. He's continuing on, even though he's got Skyjacker absolutely beasting him from behind. And here we find the new boy for Red Bull. He's going to get a Skyjacker showing him how to slipstream. And he's done it. But he is on the soft tyre. Oh, Skyjacker kicking up a bit of mud there in the mid-corner. He's getting purples into the chicane. It's beautiful stuff here arriving from these guys. Absolutely cracking. So Ntulu's still leading, but Alexis Maximus is only 7/10 behind. What is happening here? Are we going to see Ntulu's tyres starting to let him down at this stage in the race? We are dead halfway. 28 minutes into this race, and we can see Alexis Maximus starting to catch up with the Ferrari driver. He's in the stream now. He's getting a slipstream from that Ferrari, trying to push into the first corner. It's so bizarre without that chicane. How weird. And there you see Alexis Maximus in Red Bull taking over the lead of the race. Ntulu has dropped a second, but he's going to try and come back at him in the chicane. This could be painful, but no, they're through. Alexis Maximus back end of his Red Bull, sticking it out there. He could not get his foot down on that accelerator, but he's come back now. That was quite easy. Did Ntulu give it to him? Maybe Ntulu give him a little knock. It's hard to see from the stream. I don't know, Ntulu seems to have backed off for quite a bit there. Graham in 3rd. He's struggling with that back marker of Kale. Kale's racing. He's going to get told off. He's going to get a slap on the wrist after this race if the stewards have seen that he impeded people as they were coming around. Katula then in 4th place. Fernando, he's doing great lap times, absolutely beasting it. Skyjacker there in 5th. What a great spot for Skyjacker. There's Jam. Oh, where's Geordie gone? Geordie's dropping with those hard tyres. Get in, bro. Get in, get those hard tyres off. Who's your teammate? Jokus? Your team manager. Jokus, get the message out there to Geordie. Get in, get those hard tyres off, and then you can have the second half of the race flying like you were in the first part of the race. So the two Aston Martin guys out there, Linus Stern, Jam leading from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho's got plenty of fuel more than Jam. There is Geordie. Hey, Joker's made the call. Geordie is in. So Alexis Maximus leading the way, 1.5 seconds ahead of Ntulu. We don't know what happened to Ntulu. He did a 21.2 his last time around. So it may have just been a small mistake that's cost him the lead of this race. There is Graham Absolutely flying. He did a 17.9. Matt Psycho's got the fastest with a 17.1. Let's get further down because we're missing some of the guys at the back. Shadow Rider has moved up into 8th place, just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. He did a 1:31.8 his last lap, and he's not got outlap this lap, so that must have just been on track. Noxie there in 9th place. Alexis Maximus has come into the pits. Oh dear, there he is. He needed the fuel, that is it. And then Tulu retakes the lead. In Tulu, a quarter of a tank of fuel. Isle Graham just under half a tank of fuel. Oh, this is intense stuff for the rest of this race, I think. Intula has eased off that. No, he's back into the early 19s again. I thought he was doing a bit of fuel saving to try and only get one stop left. There's Io Graham. There's loads of them coming to the pits now. Skyjacker up into 3rd. Talleyrand will be dancing around his living room in his heel tread socks. Matt Psycho getting the fastest lap. He's got it down into the 16s, people, for Aston Martin. This is absolutely amazing stuff. Alexis Maximus back out of the pits, some 8.6 seconds behind Matt Psycho and 8.7 seconds ahead of Cthulhu, who also pitted. Shadow Rider has not pitted with those guys. Jam we saw pitting. Noxie there in 9th place. Daz in 10th, 11th for Stevie Styler. Stevie Styler not having the best race for Ferrari here at the moment. Geordie in 12th after getting rid of his hard stint. Jim 66 is in 13th ahead of Kale, but only 13 seconds ahead of Kale. So Kale still got a position to be able to make up out there. And then we have in the chat, Mika Woodbury says, now the real battle starts. In Tulu V.I.R. Graham. There's only 8/10 in it so far at the moment. I.R. Graham carrying a little bit more fuel than in Tulu at this point. He's 17.7 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, while Skyjacker jumps into the pits to get a little bit more fuel. Now, we said about 12 minutes the fuel lasts around here, and we think this race is going to go around about 55, maybe 56 minutes. Oh, beautiful for IR Graham. He's caught right up with Intulu. Let's have a look at this outside as IR Graham pulls out of the stream and he gets up the inside of Intulu. Nothing Intulu could do about that. It was just a sitting duck waiting for it to happen. He's on lower fuel, but Intulu being patient. And poor Kale there in the background, he had the pace, didn't he, Kale? Kale's got the pace, he's staying with him. 18.5 the last time around from Kale. Kale's an odd fish, I must say. He seems to start races a little bit ropey, like he's never practiced the track or the car before the race has started. And by mid-race, he's on pace and he's flying. So IR Graham then leading by a second from Intulu Alpine. Points needed for the constructors. There's a yellow flag, so someone's off the track. Someone is off the track. I cannot see. I'm waiting for IR Graham to come past them. I am not sure. Oh, there was yellows for sure, but I can't see where it could be. I'm going down the field as much as I can. Was it Geordie? Geordie is down to 13th behind Jim. Oh my lord, wow, Geordie was having such a great start to this race. Did a 25.0 his last time around. In the chat, Chris says, never in doubt, Team Graham. There you go. He's on an absolute flyer at the moment in Tulu. He's going to have to come into the pits. It looks like Kale there in his McLaren, catching them up. A lap down, Matt Psycho in 3rd, but he's got Alexis Maximus only 1.6 seconds behind him. Alexis Maximus managed a 19.9 his last time around. Matt Psycho doing a 30.7. I don't know what happened to Matt Psycho his last lap, but he lost a whole chunk of time, which doesn't help him. And Alexis Maximus saying, yes please, I'll take that all day long. Has Matt Psycho got a pit before? Yeah, Matt Psycho is just coming up to a quarter of a tank of fuel. In Tulu then, he's let the back marker go past him. He's saving, is he? He's saving a bit of fuel to get round this lap to his pit stop. 35 minutes into this race, 27 laps. Still quite a way to go. If he pits now, I think he's going to have to pit again before the end of the race. Yum yum. I'm thinking the last pit stop they'll get away with is on lap 30. We saw Shadow Rider in. Into his fuel is flashing. Matt Psycho, about a quarter of a tank of fuel. He's back on the pace again. Alexis Maximus in a cracking 4th place for Red Bull. Catula there in 5th for Mercedes. And Jam there for Aston Martin in 6th, ahead of Skyjacker in the McLaren. With half a tank of fuel. Jam also half a tank of fuel. These two are absolutely neck and neck. There goes Intula. He's come into the pit. So Matt Psycho, he's got a few seconds though. He's got about 20 odd seconds, but I think he's about 20 seconds. 20 to 30 seconds for a pit stop. Can Intulu, he's going to put on the... I don't think he's done his hard run yet. Are we going to see him on the hards, or is he going to do another soft run and a very short hard run at the very end? Hey, IR Graham. Looks like he's just lapped a Williams car. I imagine is Jim 66, Matt Psycho up into 2nd, Alexis Maximus up into 3rd. No, Intula has put the hard tyres on now, and he's coming out in 4th, side by side with Catula, but Catula has moved up into 4th place, and there is Intula for Ferrari on those hard tyres. Now, is he going to try and run all the way till the end, which, well, yes, 14 laps. Maybe he can just about do it. Great stuff. IR Graham's fuel is flashing. Matt Psycho's is not. But he's 25 seconds behind, and we think it's about 30 seconds a pit stop. So this is going to be very, very interesting here. Alexis Maximus, he's over half a tank of fuel. So all of these top 3 probably will have to pit before the end of the race. Also with Catula. Intulu might just get that to the end, but I'm not sure. Might have to do a splash dash near the end. There is Jam on half a tank of fuel, still fighting with Skyjacker, who is 1.4 seconds behind Jam. In 8th we have Noxie having an absolutely corker race for Alpine, doing some great points there for 8th. 9th for Daz. Daz needs a pit stop though. And Stevie Styler has had a bit of a quiet race for Ferrari, but he's in 10th now. And he looks like he's going to take Daz's spot when Daz does a pit stop. Geordie in 11th, looking very good and strong in the early parts of this race. Oh, Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider having a huge off. Kale's got ahead of Jim. Jim recently pitted, I think, a 52 for lap 26. So yes, that's a pit stop. Shadow Rider. The 2 Williams at the back. It's so unfortunate. And Kale, how did he do it? He was miles away. And he's back in it again. Daz into the pits for Mercedes. IR Graham. That fuel's still a flashing. 24 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho really pounding some great lap times out there at the moment. But he is burning a lot of fuel. There is Alexis Maximus. So IR Graham has come in. I think Matt Psycho may just take this, but Matt Psycho may jump in the pits as well to be on a similar strategy to IR Graham. It's one to watch there. IR Graham, we know, has done his hard run. I know Matt Psycho has just gone straight through into the lead. Congratulations for Aston Martin leading the Monza Grand Prix. 12 laps remaining. IR Graham's just making his way out onto the track, and he maintains that 2nd spot. Fantastic stuff. Catula in 3rd, and Alexis and Maximus there in 4th place. I'm not sure if Alexis Maximus has done his hard run yet. I can't say. I know Alexis Maximus has forgotten once to do the tyre thing. Let's hope he doesn't this race, because he's getting some good points in this place. And he's catching up with Catula, who's in 3rd at the moment. IR Graham drop into 3rd. What's going on? What's IR Graham done? IR Graham is dropping positions. He's not very fast on his first... I'll do a quick replay, but maybe he had a spin in the chicane. There you go. Just a little bit wide. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. And there he goes. That is what happened to IR Graham. That chicane has bit everyone today. Matt Psycho will be dropping into the pits here. We should see him disappearing in. There he goes. So Katula, is he going to take over the lead of this race for Mercedes? Mika Wivery said, I couldn't call her Mercedes. Mika Wivery said full tank gives just over 11 laps here, approximately. So yes, some of these guys will have to do a quick splash and dash. Not Matt Psycho, that's perfect, isn't it? 11 laps. So Katula carrying on with Alexis and Maximus only 7/10 behind him in second spot. I don't know if Alexis Maximus has done his hard run though. I really don't think he's used hard tyres, so he'll be on the hard tyres for his last stint. Let's have another look at his helmet because it's cracking. There you go, beautiful stuff. I like it. So Katula in the Mercedes. Still with his Pacific Rim helmet for his, I think it's a Mitsubishi he's driving in the Pacific Rim Championship. There's Alexis Maximus, IR Graham at third. Saw him having a small off. He's coming up to lap Kale, I believe. Skyjacker in an amazing fourth place, quarter of a tank of fuel. Obviously he's going to have to pit again before the end of this race. He's on the same strat as Jam, and in Tula there, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. We thought he might be trying to make that last for 14 laps, but 11 laps of fuel, he might not be able to do it. Maybe he's going to come in again, get rid of those hard tyres, top up the rest of the fuel, and absolutely beast it till the end of the race, hoping that other people have issues in front of him. I'm still holding out hope that that Ferrari is going to take the top step by the end of the race, but it's looking more likely like IR Graham. He's ran an absolutely perfect race, staying 15 laps on those hard tyres. See, he made his fuel last 15 laps, didn't he? I remember now saying 15 laps before he came in. So it is doable. It is doable in Tulu, but we're just not sure if you can do it. I'm not sure. It said there was a chat. There it goes. Mika Wivery said, when I had to go, full tank showed 11.3. Yeah, but they're probably turning down the wick or doing sort of short shifting, maybe. Especially on the hard tyres, because it's not an out-and-out pace of a tyre. So they could coast a little bit. In Tulu now has got Noxie catching him up. Fantastic stuff from Noxie. In 7th place. His fuel, he's only got a quarter of a tank. I love his helmet. That's one of my favourites. That helmet, I think, matches also his Pacific Rim Championship car with the Sky Active sponsorship on it. I believe he's in the Mazda Atenza, the only Mazda driver. Check it out for Thursday nights. Look at me promoting all the other races. Oh, that back marker. Is that? No, it's not a back marker. That's Skyjacker. Skyjacker losing positions. Why, Skyjacker? Are you doing that? No, everything looks okay for Skyjacker. He's back ahead of him again now. It's just all-out battling there for 5th, 6th, and Jam's got ahead of Skyjacker. Jam's on low fuel though. Skyjacker, he's saving his fuel a little bit, it seems. Skyjacker, I think, saving his fuel, and the two cars behind him trying everything they can to get past. Noxie has got ahead of Intulu. Intulu being patient on those hard tyres, trying not to burn fuel, but he's got Matt Psycho now 6/10 behind him on 3/4 of a tank of fuel. And Intulu's down nearly to half a tank of fuel. It's going to be tight there. Katula is still going around, but he's got Alexis and Maximus catching him up. My word, this race is intense. This is crazy. So Mercedes for Katula leading from Alexis Maximus in the Red Bull. IR Graham in the Alpine is in 3rd place. We can't see him, but he's 9/10 behind us. There he is, just coming around the Parabolica. Awesome. And there is Alexis Maximus trying to get the slipstream off of the Mercedes. Jam has gone in. We saw his fuel was flashing, and he's gone for the inside line as Alexis Maximus from the slip stream, and there he goes. Alexis Maximus up back into the lead of this race. Katula very close behind, and like I said, I'm not sure. I am probably wrong, but I'm not sure Alexis Maximus has done his hard run. Catula, I couldn't say. I'm not sure he has either. IR Graham definitely has in third. He's just got Kale behind him, the lapped car of Kale, who's on pace now. Matt Psycho in fourth, some 14.9 seconds behind IR Graham. There is Intulu on those hard tyres with half a tank of fuel. Will it last? We've got 8 laps of racing left here. We're 46 minutes into this race. There is Jam after his pit stop coming out ahead of Noxie by 6 or so seconds. Noxie racing, no. Yes, Skyjacker, sorry, Skyjacker's just in front of him. There you go. Skyjacker is behind Jam by 6 seconds. There goes Alexis Maximus. He's gone into the pits. We assume he's going to put the hard tyres on. There goes IR Graham to retake the lead, and we don't think he's going to have to pit again. So this is it. IR Graham, with only 7 laps remaining, IR Graham takes the lead. Matt Psycho goes up into second. The 2 championship contenders out there in first and second. In Tula for Ferrari, taking it up to third spot. And there is Alexis Maximus. He has put the hard tyres on, and so has Catulu. Catulu. Great stuff there. Great racing. I love it. Jam. 30 odd seconds. No, 11 seconds behind Catulu. Not much he can do from now but push and hope Alexis Maximus and Catulu race each other off the track 2 seconds apart with the Williams in front of him. There is Alexis Maximus. He's struggling with that chicane again, but he saves it. Woo! Woo-hoo! Alexis Maximus, you dog. Great stuff there from Alexis Maximus. Brilliant, fantastic. Mika Wivery in the chat says, I think IR Graham is God to the end. Great strategy. She said good even, but we know Freudian slips and all that. Mika, you can worship the man, the legend that is IRG. He is the man. Even I'll call him God if you want. IR God. Going around in first place. In second, Matt Psycho. 11.7 seconds behind IR Graham. 6 laps remaining. I said 5 laps just now. No, I said 7, so that's right. That's all right then. There is Intulu in third. Alexis Maximus in fourth on those hard tyres. Catula in fifth, also on the hard tyres. Jam is in sixth. On the softs, 4.7 seconds behind Catula. Can he do anything? He did a 17.9 his last time around. Catula managed it was an outlap, so it's hard to tell. He's got a Williams very close behind him. There is Skyjacker in 7th, Noxie in 8th, Stevie Styler in 9th. 10th place for Shadow Rider for Williams. Kale making it back up to 11th. Do you remember when Kale was right at the back by about 40 seconds? I don't know how he's managed it. He's got half a tank of fuel. It's probably all right to go all the way to the end. There is Geordie on the soft tyres. He's got 3.7 seconds to make up on 11th place. Kale. Daz there in 13th with Jim in 14th. Oh no, it's 22 seconds. I thought he was very close to Daz, but no, Jim a bit adrift there. In the chat, Noxie, have a great race also. He's doing fantastic in 8th place. I wouldn't have been able to keep it on the track at this place, I have to promise you, and be totally truthful. I don't think I could have made it 1 lap around without an off at that point. That's the place I would have been going off. So IR Graham leading by 10 seconds from Matt Psycho, both of them on similar fuel loads. There is Intulu. He's going to make it last, you know. Great stuff from Intulu. He's 10 seconds ahead of Catulu. Catulu and Alexis Maximus having an absolute ding-dong out there. Let's get on board with Alexis and Maximus as he tries to get up the inside of Catulu. Catulu in 4th for Mercedes. This could be their best finish this season, it seems. I'm not sure. That's just off the back at the top of my head. I have no sheet in front of me. I should write the results down so I can tell you these amazing facts. Quite lazy. I just jump on, turn it on, have a look in Discord, and here we go. So Catula and Alexis Maximus both on those hard tyres out there. Catula did a 20.7 his last time around. Alexis Maximus 22.5, but we did see that he had a massive wobble on in the chicane. There is Jam 8 tenths 8/10, and he's on the soft tyres. So Jam in the Aston Martin, looking like he wants a 4th place from this race. That parabolic is crazy in these cars, 160 miles an hour at the apex. And down the straight, he's got the slip of Alexis Maximus. Can he get past? It's very close. They're side by side. No, Alexis Maximus managing because he's getting the tow from Cthulhu, obviously. And he's pulled out to try and make a move on Cthulhu. He's made it stick, and then Jam's come round with him. Oh my word, Jam's got on the dirt. He's had a wiggle, but he's all right. Oh God, this is crazy. So Alexis Maximus up into 4th spot. Only just, with Cthulhu in 5th, Jam in 6th, and this race is just going to continue between these 3. This is where to watch. I'm going to have a quick look at IR Graham. He's doing a fine job out there with Matt Psycho in 2nd, Intula in 3rd. Then back to the fight. Back to the fight with Red Bull, Mercedes and Aston Martin. This is fantastic stuff here. And Jam, let's get on board with the Jam. I love your helmet, Jam. It's great stuff. Fantastic. Should have your helmets. They should have their helmets in the... look at me adding work to them. Should have the helmets on the table. On the championship table, the helmets should be after their name. And the rest of the admins who actually do work, unlike me, that does nothing except to sit here and talk and make out like it's hard work. Are all sat there saying, no, they're not going to have their helmets on the table. We're not going to do that, because that's just a big ball ache, because people have got like 3 or 4 different helmets for each car. So no, thingy-majig, shove that one up your bum hole. So IR Graham still leading. A fantastic race from IR Graham. There is Matt Psycho in 2nd, 3rd for Intulu. There is Alexis and Maximus in 4th, pulling away from Cthulhu, who's in his own personal battle with Jam, but Jam's just sliding it up into 5th place ahead of the Mercedes driver. Oh my word, what a race. And just in the background, can you see Skyjackers catching these guys up where they're racing each other, and Cthulhu on those hard tyres. And there comes Skyjacker. Can Skyjacker get that position? Obviously, remember, we were having a massive battle between, who was it? It was McLaren and Mercedes, but there was someone else in the shout as well, wasn't there? Someone else was just a point behind them. Let me get to the constructors, and I can tell you, because there was a real massive battle in the middle with McLaren, Mercedes and Williams, but Williams not having a great showing here at Monza. But there you can see there's a Mercedes ahead of a McLaren. But for how long now? He's got it down to 8/10. He's in the tow, I imagine, of that. Oh God, oh God. There you go. Sitting on board with a Skyjacker. He goes by many aliases, but today he is Skyjacker. And he's doing a beautiful job there in the McLaren, trying to hound that Mercedes in front of him. And just in front of them, they've got Jam in the Aston Martin. Still leading is IR Graham from Matt Psycho. 3rd place for Ferrari in Toulouse, doing a fantastic job up the front there. Whoa, and there we can see these cars are all racing for position. Jam, Alexis Maximus and Cthulhu and Skyjacker. Noxie some 8 seconds down the road from these guys. Let's have a quick look. There is a Noxie. He's 9 seconds ahead of Stevie Styler, who's 13 seconds ahead. Oh dear, Shadow Rider losing the back end of that Williams. And Geordie is some 10 seconds down the road, so it's not too bad for Shadow Rider. He can get going again. But we've got 2 laps left of racing. This is crazy. There is Daz in 12th, Kale in 13th, and Jim for Williams in 14th. So, IR Graham did a 17.7 his last time around. Matt Psycho's got the fastest lap. He's got it down to 6.7 seconds. But, like I said, only this lap and the last lap to go. And he's got a long way to do to get IR Graham back. And Matt Psycho burning that fuel in Toulouse there. He's 28 seconds behind those leaders and 6.6 seconds ahead of Jam. Those Aston Martins on a push right at the end of the race. Skyjacker is ahead of, oh dear, I don't know how that happened. Let me get there and let's see. I think it'll be longer than 18 seconds. Yeah, he's already ahead of him. Sorry guys, missed that one. We do try and bring you every single bit of racing, but it is a struggle, especially with these guys. Oh no, Katula going slow, and he got a pump. Got a pump from Noxie in the corner. And Noxie is up into 7th, Katula down into 8th. What's happened? I can't see there's anything that's wrong. Well, he's got a bit of damage on the front of his car now, but his fuel is flashing. Stevie Styler, he's some 5.2 seconds behind Katula. Katula right at the end. Oh, he's on those hard tyres, I understand. Oh, final lap here for IR Graham. Where are we? We're just coming up to the Parabolica. 6 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho 33 seconds ahead of Intulu. So here comes IR Graham around the Parabolica for Alpine Racing. Team manager Mika Wivery, there he goes, takes the win. Here comes Matt Psycho for that second spot. Great stuff from the two championship contenders there. And here comes the Ferrari. Oh my God, Skyjacker's lost it. No, it wasn't. It was Kale. Sorry, lap down. Whew. Oh my God. So here comes. Oh no, he's quite early in the lap, isn't he? So let's have a quick look. Skyjacker in a great 4th. Noxie is up into 5th. Jam's dropped down. Jam has dropped down a position. This is crazy racing down here. We're missing it all, trying to keep an eye on the guys crossing the line. And here comes Jam on Noxie. He's trying to come back at Noxie. Side by side, Intulu is coming around the Parabolica. Jam has got himself ahead of Noxie as they come up to the Parabolica. There's Intulu, he's coming over to get the podium. Way, take a bear, my son. The Tobosi goes wild. Way, woo, yeah. Skyjacker takes 4th place. Great stuff from Skyjacker and McLaren. Jam gets 5th. Noxie gets 6th for Alpine. Alexis Maximus gets a great 7th for Red Bull. Katula for 8th for Mercedes. 9th for Ferrari Stevie Styler. 10th for Williams Shadow Rider. 11th for Geordie in his debut in the Formula X. It's a great race. It's no shame in that. And there is Daz in 12th. 13th for Jim, 1 Wise. And we saw Kale having a massive one. Look at the back tyres. He's just got no grip. He just done his fastest lap as well with an 18.2. And here we see Kale just coming across the line for 14th. Ooh, so well done IR Graham, Matt Psycho and Intulu. Great race in there. We can all calm down now. Shake it out. Congratulations, IR Graham, up 12 positions. There is nothing stopping this man, and as Mika Wivery declared in the YouTube chat, he is God. Let me take you to, it might have been a spelling mistake, but I am taking it. And I'm sure IR Graham will. IR God will take that also. So, IRG there, top of the steps of the podium. Matt Psycho in 2nd. And Intulu there in 3rd place. Take a boo, my son. Skyjacker having an absolutely cracking race there in 4th place with Jam in 5th. Noxie, a great race in the end for 6th. Alexis Maximus and Katula on those hard tyres, falling down to 7th and 8th. 9th for Stevie Styler. Shadow Rider finishing in 10th. Geordie in 11th for his first race with a Red Bull. And I think he can be quite happy with that if I was him. Daz in 12th, Jim in 13th, and Kale, a race he'd probably rather forget, the South African, down in 14th. Your fastest lap was Matt Psycho with a 16.383. Wow, what a race. And how long was that? 57 minutes and 30 seconds. What did I say? 55. Oh, I was a bit short. So in the chat, where were we? Mika Wivery says way to go IRG or IR God. Mika Wivery also said excellent work Noxie. Luis Silva said excellent race, congratulations to everyone in Tulu, awesome stuff. Alan Sykes says great racing. Wow, wasn't it just? Whew. So they're going to do some token spending after this round to try and get some developments on their car. as we go into round 9 next Sunday. Please join us again here. We will be live Tuesday evening from one of the lobbies of the GTMC. Wednesday night we'll be live with the second lobby of the GTMC, what we didn't do the Tuesday night. And then on Thursday night we have another round of the Pacific Rim Championship. Then Friday we have the final round of the Max 5, rolling into Spa. And then obviously, yes, Sunday we'll have round 9 of the Formula X. It's all go here at the Virtual Racers Club. Remember, you are more than welcome to come and join us, come race with us, come chat with us. We're a totally open community in our Discord. We love for you to come along. There's channels for all sorts. There's a lot of discussions of liveries of cars. I'm quite hurt no one seems to like the Williams livery, and it's my favourite so far. I'm not saying nothing. I haven't answered. I haven't said I like the Williams one. Just leaving it, because I think as soon as they see it on the track racing, they're going to be like, oh, we were wrong. That Williams looks amazing. So I can say it on here anyway to everyone. I don't have to put it in Discord. But if you go to our website, www.virtualracersclub.co.uk, you can see all the action and news on the website. It's also got a button for join our community, and that will take you into our Discord. You'll end up in the welcome section where loads of people will come and say hello, and you'll be directed how to get yourself onto the driver's roster, and then you can go and sign up. At the moment we've got some new sign-ups. There's going to be the new Friday night championship happening soon. I'm trying to see where the sign-ups are. It's just Rally Legends at the moment, but I know the VGT Championship will be starting up on Thursdays soon. And what else have we got coming? Something on Fridays. It's got to be replacing the Max 5s. There's been no announcement yet. I can have a rough guess what it's going to be. And Skyjacker says, can someone share replay, please, in the Discord? Moxie apologised to Jim, so I don't know what that is. So anyway, let's wrap it up. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because it gives me a big head and I love it. It makes me put the hard compound on. If you don't like and subscribe, I have to race with the soft compound. When you do like and subscribe, I go with the hard compound. That's just as simple as it is. I was your commentator and broadcaster, Dan Druff. Thank you for watching. I love you all. See you on Tuesday. Bye. Bye. Oh, one last chat. Flashman says, well done all. Big kiss. Okay. See you soon.